I hope that you are well, and I also hope that you are having a good day so far. So, today we'll be doing our grade 2 English lesson on prepositions, right? So, we'll be doing our grade 2 English lesson on prepositions. And before we start with our lesson on preposition, we're going to log into a+students.ca. Once you've logged into a+students.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of language arts, grade 2. All right, once you've selected the subject of language arts, grade 2, and then we're going to scroll down up until we get to the chapter of prepositions. And we're going to find out what prepositions are. All right. So, prepositions, before we go to prepositions, our chapter for today is preposition, or let's say prepositions. Our subject is English, which is language arts, grade 2. And the lessons that we are focusing on under the chapter of preposition is to select the best preposition to match the picture, as well as to select the best preposition to match the sentence. All right, so some words, they will tell us where something is or where something happens. It will tell us where something is or where something happens. For example, right, the cat is under the bed. So now you need to basically ask yourself, where is the cat, right? So we ask ourselves, where is the cat? And we can say the cat is under the bed. So under will tell us where the cat is, and that is our preposition. She jumps on the bed. She jumps on the bed. right? So where is she jumping to? She's jumping on. So on the bed. So basically, one of the prepositions is under, and this one is on. And a few examples, right, of prepositions are above, behind, beside, between, by, in front of, inside, next to, on, outside, and under. These are a few examples of prepositions, and it basically tells us where something is, or it tells us where something happens. So it tells us where something is or where it happens. All right. So we are doing our tutorial lesson on aplusstudents.ca. So we are doing our lesson on aplusstudents.ca. And this is where we're going to be doing our test also. And also, if you want to go back, recap on this specific lesson, then you may do so. Let us do an activity before we go to our tutorial lesson. If we look at these specific objects, right, and where they are, because remember we said that preposition shows either where something is or where something happens, right? The words that we need to use is under, on, behind, between. Under, on, behind, between. And here we have the first one says, the dog is the chair. So here we have the chair. So now we need to ask ourselves, where is the dog? So where is the dog? Is the dog under? Is the dog on? Behind? Is the dog between? Or where is the dog? So the dog is the chair. So basically, we will then say the dog is under the chair. So the dog is under the chair, right? So the dog is under the chair. Look at the cat. The cat is hiding, right? The cat is the box. So where is this cat hiding? By the box. Is it on the box, behind the box, or between the box? Where is the cat? Is the cat on the box, behind the box, or between the box? All right, so if we now look at that picture, then we can say the cat is behind the box, right? So he's behind the box, and behind is correct. Then if we look at that little birdie or the duck, right? Is the table, is it on the table or between the table? Is the duck or bird on the table or between the table? All right, so now if we look at where the bird is or the little squeaky duck, then we can say it is on the table, right? So it is on the table, which means that our preposition is on, because it basically shows where that little bird or duck is. So we will say it is on the table. And then here we have the ball, and the ball is between the plants, right? So that is basically just an example activity that I thought we should do before we start with the official lessons, as we are going now to A plus students.ca. And just before we go to A plus students.ca, remember prepositions, some words they will tell us something, where something is, or they will tell us where something happens, right? And a few of the prepositions, right? So a few of the prepositions can either be above, behind, besides, between, by, in front of, inside, next to, on, outside, and under. So these are a few of the prepositions, right? So keep that in mind, because if we go to do the activities, right, and then they're going to ask us to identify the specific prepositions, and then pardon, you're going to have to identify where something is or where something happens. All right, so now we're going into the first lesson, which is to select the best preposition to match the picture, right? So we need to say where the woman or the woman doctor is, right? So if you look at the picture, and now we see where the woman doctor is. So where is the doctor or the woman? So the question is, the woman is in the door. Is she in front of the door, under the door, by the door? So we will basically say that the woman is in front of the door. In front of the door. So the woman is in front of the door. In front of is our preposition. The shoes are the door. If we look at where the shoes are, then what can we say? Where are the shoes? We have above, behind, beside, between, by, in front of, inside, next to, on, outside, and under. They want to know where by the door is the shoes. So the shoes are the door. So we can say the shoes are beside the door, right? So the shoes are beside the. So we say beside. The park ranger is the tree. He's sitting there, and we can say he's sitting by the tree. So he's sitting by the tree. So once again, some of the words they tell us where something is or where something happens, right? And we made an example of the cat is under the bed, right? Which means that our preposition will show that the cat is under the bed. So where is the cat or where is it happening? Under, right? The bed. She jumps on the bed. She jumps on the bed, which means that where is it happening? It's happening on the bed. That is where she's jumping. And we see that a few of our prepositions are, and we made mention of above, behind, beside, between, by, in front of, inside, next to, on, outside, and under. So those are our prepositions. All right, now we're going on to our test. We need to select, or we need to complete the sentence to match the picture. The people sit in the store. Where are they sitting by the store? Are they sitting inside the store or are they sitting outside the store? So where are the people sitting? Inside the store or are they sitting outside the store? So where are the people sitting? So we can basically say that the people are sitting outside the store. And outside is correct. The shoes are. Where did we say are the shoes? So outside, well done. Outside is correct. Are. Where did we say the shoes are? Is it above the door or beside the door? So the shoes, where are the shoes? Is it above the door or beside the door? And we're definitely going to say beside because it cannot be above or on top of the door. So beside the door. And beside is correct. So well done. Well done. We need to complete the sentence that matches the picture, right? The woman is the door. So where specifically is the woman standing? Is it above the door or is she standing in front of the door? So above the door or in front of the door. Let's basically show where the woman is standing. So is the woman standing above the door or is she standing in front of the door? All right, so we can then basically say is the woman is standing in front of the door. And yes, in front of is correct. In front of is correct. So well done. If we look at the monkeys, right? And then it says the fruit, which is the bananas over there, is inside the box or is it in front of the box? Fruit. Fruit inside of the box or is the fruit in front of the box? So we need to identify the preposition that either tells us where something is or where something happens. All right, so we can say the fruit or the bananas are, sorry, inside of the box. So it's inside, right? Because there we have a box and we can see that the bananas are inside of that box. And inside is correct, so well done. Now we need to look at the picture. It says complete the sentence to match the picture. The man and woman are they above the trees having a picnic or are they to the trees having a picnic? So we're going to say that the man and woman are next to the trees. So next to the trees. And then we need to match the picture with the preposition. It's the paper airplane is. Do we say outside the basket or at the basket? So we can basically say that the airplane is inside the Ask it. So that was us selecting the best pictures to match the preposition, or the best preposition to match the picture, right? So now we can select the best preposition to complete the sentence. So we need to select the best preposition to complete the sentence. And before we go to the activity, once again, some words that tell us where something is or where something happens, right? And we see that a few of our examples of prepositions are above, behind, beside, between, by, in front of, inside, next to, on, outside, and under. So that is the prepositions, right? And it will tell us either where something is or where something happens. All right. If we look at our activity, it says which word makes more special in the sentence? Do we say owl just flew right me? So we need to say which word makes more sense in a sentence. All right, so it says that my uncle baked a pizza. My uncle bought a pizza. Uncle baked a pizza. The oven. So my uncle baked a pizza. So we don't need to choose the correct word. So we can say, my uncle baked a pizza in the oven. So it's making a pizza in the oven. So we can say, my uncle baked pizza in the oven. So in the oven. So an apple tree grows, it grows, and we can say next to a river. So next to the river. So so the last one the last one is next to, right? Let's go to another one. So remember we said that some of the words that tell us where something is or where something happens. So some words they tell us where something is or where something happens. So it tells us where something is or where something happens. And if we look at the first one, it says we had a wonderful picnic. The oak tree. So some words they tell us something, right? So basically it says we had a wonderful picnic under the oak tree. Under. Some drop trashed the ground. So we can say it is basically on the ground. So on the ground. So on is our preposition. Let's go to our test. So we're going to the test. It says which word makes more sense in the sentence? She rides her horse. Do we say under the lake in the morning or so she rides her horse beside the lake in the morning. It's basically like beside or next to. So we can say beside the lake. And beside is correct. Yes, beside is correct. Which mother keeps her keys? Is it beside her phone or outside her phone? So my mother keeps her keys. Do we say beside her phone or outside her phone? So where does the mother keep the keys? And which word makes sense in the sentence? My mother keeps her phone. All right, so you're saying outside or beside. Let's choose. Let's try your one, which is outside her phone. So basically, it is beside. It's like saying next to the phone, right? But well done for trying. Great job. Which word makes more sense in the sentence? Someone dropped trash. Do we say in front of the ground or on the ground? So someone dropped trash, and we can say it's on the ground. So we can say someone dropped the trash on the ground. On the ground it is. And then Ron keeps his pet chipmunk. Do you say in front of a small cage or inside a small cage? Inside. So our elevator is stuck. Do we say next to or between the second and third floor? So we can say it is next to the second, third floor. Oh, did I know? Didn't I say next to? Oh, sorry. But it is next to the second and third floor. I apologize. I said next to and I'm choosing something else. Mrs. Zimmerman stopped the car. Do we say in front of the railway station or inside of the railway station? So Mrs. Zimmerman stopped her car. Do we say in front of the railway station or say inside of the railway station? All right, so we can maybe say it's in front of the railway station. And in front of it is. Yes, in front of. So well done. In front of is correct. Well done. And there is a big chair. Do you say next to the television or is it in the television? There is a big chair. Is it next to the television or in the television? So you can maybe say there's a big chair next to the television. So next to. And then my uncle baked a pizza. Do we say beside the oven or in the oven? Beside the oven or in the oven? And we will say it's in the oven. And in is correct. All right, so that is now the end of our lesson on prepositions. And we selected the best preposition to match the pictures, as well we selected the best preposition to complete the sentence. All right, remember a preposition either tells us where something is or where something happens, right? All right, so this is the end of our lesson. Once again, thank you, grade ones. Till next time. Have a good day further.